As mentioned previously, I'd like to animate my still title. For the minute, nothing happens in my title at all. It doesn't even blend in or out. However, using this title, I have some very nice possibilities with which to modify my title. So I'll go into the Layout Editor by double-clicking. And we've seen this window before, but we haven't seen any animation settings. The reason for this is that this Layout Editor is a simplified interface and is there so that we can modify a title quickly. For actually creating titles, we have to open the Complete This Title interface, where all of the functions are available to us, and I access this with the Jump to Titler button. So after I've called this up, we can see that we are in the Complete This Title interface, and it's quite a bit more complex. Here we can see we actually appear to have our own timeline, and here I have a complete selection of tools and functions available so that I can perform complex layout modifications. So as we can see, this title is a very powerful tool, and to go into all of its details, we would need a complete tutorial for it. And if there's enough demand for such a tutorial, we will make one. As this is a bonus lesson for our EDIUS 6 A Comprehensive Tutorial basic course, I'll just present the most important functions. And the first one is how I can animate my still title. And if I don't want to create one from scratch, that isn't a problem. The reason for this is that there is a template archive for animations, much the same as the one for layouts. And this template archive I can see here next to the timeline. This large vertical button. If I go over this with the mouse, then we can see Timeline Library appears. If I click on it, then the template archive opens. Previously, we've seen the Layout category in which our layout templates appear, but now we can see there are many other templates, for example text effects. And there are also various categories of text effects. And I'd like to create a simple animation using an effect template from the character by character category. I'll select the text block I wish to animate, for example, this one with From Munich to Berlin. And now I'll double click on the Word by Word 1 effect. For a second, the words Apply Effect appear, and now I can simply play. And yes, we can see that my text is blended in and out using this effect. I could apply it like this, but I can also try other animations out, simply by double-clicking on them. Jump to the beginning, and click on play. Yes, and that one isn't a particularly simple blend in and out, but a more lengthy effect. So this one wouldn't do in my case. For the minute, I'll just go back to the Word by Word 1 template. The various other effects can of course be tried in peace and quiet by anyone with the software. But Word by Word 1 seems to work in my case. I'd also like to animate my second text block. Once again, click on Word by Word 1. And now both texts are animated. And that's fine. The only thing I'd still like to animate is the background graphic. I could of course leave it and just blend it in and out from within EDIUS, but for this lesson, I'd also like to animate it. So I'll select the globe, and I can see that when I select the globe, it appears that all of the graphic elements are selected together, so they seem to be in a group. Now below, I'll change to the effects section in the archive, and here I can see a variety of effects divided into two categories. I'd like to try out a light effect for this background graphic, so I'll select Lens Flare by double-clicking, and I'll look at it. And so it would look like that, and it's perhaps a little bit over the top. I'll look again and see what other effects are available. and that one's okay, except for the end, which is a bit over the top as well. So I'll just click further, and that's a bit too wild. This animation I like. The timing isn't optimal, but the way it is animated is very nice. And so I'll select this. The only thing I might wish to do with this is to adjust the timing. And I'd like to do it so that the background elements appear and then the text appears afterwards, not simultaneously. And likewise, I'd like to have the same thing occur in the blend out. And how we can do that, we can see in the following lesson.